Well, for instance, she's in Dallas, and she married a guy whom I knew, Buddy Fogelson, a very successful Texas wildcatter in the oil business. And I have a friend, Lady Sassoon, Barnsley Sassoon, who has a home in Dallas and one in Nassau, England, and so forth. And I was down at Barnsley's place in Nassau, and Miss Garson's name came up, and this woman said, "Oh yes." She said, "I saw her at a function in Dallas. She was all in white. She had a white gown. She had a white hat, white veil, white gloves, white hose." And she said she looked like a very rich nurse.
Um, do you remember a movie that you were in? I mean, this was probably one of your earliest movies, The Locket,
Yeah,
where you commit suicide.
about time.
It's just kind of I don't I'm having a little trouble. Um, the thing is that at a time when there was a lot of artificiality in the women, where they had to have the close-ups and the makeup on all of the time, and a lot of paranoia about the way they looked. When I look at you in scenes with these women, you seem so much more real than the women who are playing the scene with you. Is that because you that was your acting style to be kind of someone once paid you a wonderful compliment, and they said that you were forever mortal, that you would be actual you were willing to be vulnerable in scenes with women, and not constantly be a macho, having to prove a macho role, even though physically you looked very macho.
I did whatever the script calls for and whatever the director permitted. And besides that, I was allergic to makeup, or at
um
least I claimed to be,
I see.
because I thought it was most unfair that the day ends and you're going to wash the makeup off on your own time.
I got it. um would How would you feel about talking about, because I don't know how you even feel about this particular book, but
What
there's an
book is that?
interesting spin on it where you're talking to the guys you comment that it got to a point in RKO where every movie you had to take your shirt off, so you started gaining weight, so that they would discourage that. And someone, I don't know whether it was Dory Sherry, said, "Look, face it, Mitchum, we're selling baloney." And it's very much like the story you
Yeah.
just told. Um, that's a good. I mean, were you? I mean, you probably didn't want to do it, but did that kind of, in those years, did you think, "Oh God, what must it be like to be Jane Russell, who's always being asked to like take something off?" I mean, did you at all think in those terms about whether that was unfair or?
No, not at all. No.
So you were perfectly comfortable doing that.
Yes, I was.
It was just part of the part. In other words, it wasn't. That was fantasy, and it had nothing to do with your life at
Not
all.
at all. No.
But why did you look so comfortable
What? With no
whenever
shirt?
you take your shirt off? Or a lot of these movies where they've got you just standing off to the side doing whatever, and you just look so relaxed with it. How did you get that relaxed?
Well, I was generally relaxed.
Let's talk a little bit about the women who controlled Hollywood from the point of view of like the Llewellyn Parsons and Sheila Groves. Um, how powerful were they? Could those women really break you in those days?
I really don't know. I know that Luella Parsons actually tried to report the truth. She tried really very seriously to. Hedda would be a little spiteful on occasion, and Sheila Graham, I don't think she ever checked her sources. Sheila had a very strange beginning. She was sort of an illegal immigrant. She came here from England under some strange circumstances, and was it was accidental really that she became a newspaper woman. But Luella actually was quite reliable, and I think, of course, she could be influenced, particularly by the Warners, from the Hearst influence. And Hedda was a bit more independent, and as such was a bit more individually opinionated.
Um, you did a movie with Rita Hayworth.
Yeah,
Um,
two.
Two. That's right. Um, was there something particularly unusual about Rita Hayworth that the other actresses did not have? You seemed to click very well with her.
Well, she was beginning to, she died with Alzheimer's. And the last time I worked with her, that was beginning, you know, to evidence itself. She was forgetful.